What's up, everybody? Y'all know I'm punctual. It's 6 o'clock. We're gonna start our countdown timer so we can get our lives in order while you guys are clicking in and signing up and what have you. Cause we gotta talk. Cause people have been talking trash to me. All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Relationships with EJ80 Proof, our live streaming show. This is actually the third live stream that we are doing. Before we get into it, let me just remind you, go to that YouTube page, hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell so you'll always be notified every time we are going to put out a new video. And also, this stream, we're going to be streaming every Wednesday at 6 o'clock with different topics. For those of you who want to be on video, just having these discussions, um, hit me up on WhatsApp. Let me know your information, how to contact you, like an email address, a phone number, or something I can get in contact. I will send you the link, and you could be on screen with me. Brothers, I hope it's you sending me the link so y'all can support me because these ladies be ganging up on me sometimes. All right. But anyway, whoever it is, if you wanna join, just hit me up on WhatsApp. Even now while we're going through the show, if you hit me up on WhatsApp, I should be able to see it and invite you in. Or in fact, if you just put in the comments that you want to join the video, I can send you a link real quick. And that's only if you're on WhatsApp. All right. So with that being said, today's topic is about why men don't want to get married again. See, this is a crazy topic because um, I'm not sure why we did it the first time. But anyway, hey, Annie is always the first one on. She's always supporting. Sometimes I'm happy to see her on. Sometimes I'm not because she's an advocate for women everywhere. Remember, uh, Annie also has an Instagram page, Mile Fashion 89. You go check that out. Oh, 68. Mile Fashion 68. You go check out her Instagram page. She has some amazing photos on there. But anyway, let's get to it. I believe there's a lot of reasons why men don't want to get married again. A lot of people are saying, oh, because they're afraid of commitment, they're scared of being hurt again, and all of this, and they don't trust women anymore. And, guess what? That's all true. That is all true. In fact, you have not even touched the tip of the iceberg of what our serious concerns are. No, the first thing I like to say is that legally, legally, marriage is not beneficial to men. Legally, I was married before. In case you didn't know, I was married for about 20 years, and that's because I don't know. When I was born, the doctor, when I came out, my mom, the doctor went to grab me. He missed. I fell and hit my head or something. And I grew up with brain damage. That's why I was married for 20 years. Okay, we have comments starting to come aboard. Okay. Um, So I don't see where. What up, Tina? Happy to see you here. Oh boy, see fellas, now I got two women advocates on the air. And Tina, if anybody know Tina, Tina's not a woman that pulls punches or holds her words or whatever. So I'm about to be in for a little fight here. But anyway, Tina's a travel specialist. I forgot to do it this week. I know I told her last week I'm going to do it, but I'm going to get her information because I want to promote her um her business because she's great at what she does. She gets good discounts, and sometimes she gets better pricing and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna get that together. I'm gonna get with her this week, and we're gonna straighten that out. So the next time I talk to you, I can tell you exactly, how to get in contact with her, what she does, and all that kind of stuff. But for this week, can't do it. Anyway, legally, marriage is not beneficial to men. Legally, marriage is very beneficial to women. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna talk to you, and this is scary for us. It is scary for us. Imagine you see what I'm dealing with. Look at the comments I'm getting. No men online to defend men. That looks bad, brothers. But just imagine, right? You got married, and well, before I get into that, let me do the single life. You're single. You have your own money to do it as you please. You have your own place. Go and come decorate whatever as you please. You have your own life, and everything that's in it is as you please. And legally, nobody could touch you. You are untouchable. Wow. You see this, guys? This is what I'm dealing with. But you're untouchable. When you get married, what you have becomes what the law calls a marital asset, which means your money is your money. Your house is your house. Uh, your future earnings are your future earnings. In other words, if you get married, everything blends together, and it's supposed to be a joint thing where now all of our resources, all of our everything is together, so we can boldly move forward on some jet fuel type. But that's not what it is, bro. That's not what it is. Because if for whatever reason this lady decides she's going to leave you, let me tell you what happens. Or if you decide to leave her, let me tell you what happens. You go to court. And when you go to court and you sitting before that judge, and that judge is asking those questions about the house that you have been paying for since hoorah years. You know what the judge gonna tell you? There is no way to prove that she did not give you some of that money for that house. And even if that's true, she never gave you a dime. If you can't prove that, bro, that house is half her house. You see what I'm saying? Now here's the thing, and you they when you walk into the court, they automatically are on her side, not legally, but they always look to protect the lady first. So you taking a risk. What is going on here? I got a whole bunch of junk going on here. Single or not, you're gonna spend your money. But the one thing, being single, oh boy. Well, I mean that's a good point. But you know, your house that you've been paying for since 1874 is now in danger of being taken away. And she never put a dime to it, but that's the law. Another thing is another thing is if she was to decide, who's that? Hey, Amal, what's going on? If she was to decide that, I mean, if the court was to decide that she can't support herself, you might be in for an alimony situation where now you might have to pay her to live. If you leave her, if she leaves you, she ain't paying you a goddamn dime. Nothing. It's insane, but that's the way it is. What is this? Oh, these people. But that's the way it is. You know, the law. Do you know if she can have you put out your house? You know that if she calls the cops when they come to the house, they're like, okay, brother, you have to take a walk. You have to go out. You have to leave your house to calm down. Did you know about your insurance? That your insurance money is now our insurance money. There is nothing financially beneficial in marriage for men. The money goes to the women. And that's just the way that go. I was reading something I was reading something on the internet that was saying that health wise, men that are married live longer than men that are single. That may be true. That may be true. Uh, uh, but the question is, men that are married and live longer, are they happier than men that are single and live shorter? That's the question. But I'm rambling a little bit. Let me get back to it. The reason why men don't want to get married is because it's not financially safe for them. That's one of the reasons. Uh, Another reason is yes, men don't want to go through that hell of divorce again. Who wants to build a life and then get divorced and have to start over from scratch? And the thing is they say, "Oh, you're afraid because that woman did it, but that woman won't do it." How do you know this? Women are so emotional and so unpredictable that they could, I mean, there's not like a sound logical uh system. It's just like however they feel is how they feel. And y'all gotta excuse me, but I'm toggling. I had some technical difficulties earlier, so I don't have somebody doing my comments over here. So I'm just checking back and forth. Okay, I have a comment here. It says, uh, oh no, that's the wrong comment. Oh, it was this one. It says men don't want to compromise again because they are afraid to commit a second time. They think every woman is going to be the same. I To that comment, um, I don't believe that every woman is going to be the same, but I believe that the risk is the same. The risk, this is what we're talking about. The risk is the same. And you got to think about it. The reason why your marriage didn't last the first time maybe that same element. It might be a fundamental element like nagging, like crowding, like always accusing, always blaming, always fussing, always arguing. If these are like the things that drove this man to leave or get divorced the first time, these are things that are fundamentally flawed in a lot of women. And maybe it's not all of these things, but one or two of them might be enough. And so the risk of running into the same problems is pretty high. Let's see here. What else we have here? It is not that serious. You will pay more with a maid cleaning your house. But and think about it. Now I'm gonna take the first part of what she said. It's not that serious. It's not that serious for you. You're not on the barrel end of the gun. You're on the trigger part. So it's not that serious for y'all. But another thing is that men are the most self-condemning people on the planet. When our relationship fail, we take it and we blame ourselves. There's a lot of self condemnation in the failure of a marriage. And so that is very deep for us. I don't know if, they blame themselves. The one I was with didn't blame herself for anything. It was like everything was my fault. I screwed up. I was the only one doing wrong. She ain't do anything. So, and I even took that. I took that to heart. And I condemned me for quite a while, but then I had to get over it because I had to realize that in relationships, everybody makes mistakes. Facts. So, the other thing is that we don't trust you. Men that have been married before have a unique distrust of not only the woman but the institution of marriage itself. I mean, what was the point of the marriage to begin with? Because besides the religious obligations, if you're a religious person, and the financially legal obligations, there is no point in getting married. There isn't. I mean, I don't see it. Maybe somebody else could explain it to me, but I don't see it. Because, like, okay, if you are religious, in the eyes of God, you can do everything with a woman that you want to do without getting married except sex. That's it. So essentially, if you are getting married, if you're a religious person holding true to your religious beliefs, then the only reason you get married is to have sex. Religiously, that's it. Everything else you can do without getting married. So and then legally, the only thing is that so she will have the legal justification or authority to make financial moves. Yo, look at this crap again with this dude. I got a report. Somebody keep trying to sell sex clothes on my line and whatnot. I don't know who this is, but I keep trying to block them. I want to see if that's on Facebook. Okay, but anyway, I don't know what it is. It seems apparent that they're only sending it to me. And error, how is divorce hard? Oh, I don't understand that question. So so that's it. So you're either getting married for religious reasons so you can have sex, or married for legal reasons so you can have authority. You know. Other than that, there is just no reason for marriage. I don't understand it. Because you can't marry. I mean, if you do marry for love, then that's a little foolish. There's no other justification. Somebody might try to tell me different, but uh, that's another issue all by itself. What is this? Uh, so I have it's financially not safe for men to get married. There is no reason except for sex and money to get married, depending on whether you're religious or you're legalistic. Um, and most men don't want to get married to begin with. The pressure to get married comes from society and from women. Most of the time, when a man gets married, it's looked upon. Society looks upon it as like some great endeavor, like he's done such a miraculous thing, and it's like I don't know what's miraculous about it. And women will pressure you because of their time. They'll say, "Listen, we've been together for 2 years now. When you gonna step up? When we gonna upgrade this? When we gonna take it to the next level?" As if getting married was some great achievement that's going to be made. When you get married, there is nothing that has changed in your life except for three things. Except for two things. There's a legalistic piece of paper in the county registry, and if you're religious, you have fulfilled an obligation in scripture. Other than that, she don't become Wonder Woman when you get married, and you don't become Superman. Nothing at all freaking changes, except for those two things. So what is marriage really about? Oh wow, hold up. I gotta read this. Somebody wrote me a paragraph. Let's see this. Men are capable to fix themselves to continue and move on with another person. Oh, it said men are not capable to fix themselves to continue and move on with another person that will be there for them. Women can make the same mistakes again with another man and fix themselves to continue. We take risk. I don't understand. Uh okay, I'm not speaking English, so I'm sure these comments are I don't know. But you're not y'all understand. You're not taking the risk. You're not taking the risk. The man is the one taking the risk. And as far as women fixing themselves, they generally don't. Okay, they generally don't. What happens is that a woman usually keeps a very detailed journal. It's like what do the police call it? A mob, a mode of what is? damn, I forgot the name of it. Modus. I can't even say it. Anyway, it's the way that you operate. If anybody remember mode of operations, it's motor something, but it's the way you operate. They keep this list, and then they compare every man they meet to the criteria on this list based on the last man that hurt them. So when you come up and you say, "Oh, how you doing?" and they think to themselves, they say, "Hey, so yeah, what do you do?" "Oh, I'm a police officer." They say, "Oh man, I dated a police officer before. That was a real dog relationship. I ain't messing with this dude." And that's what happens. And that's what happens. It happens time and time again. So the person that put up that comment, I ain't even gonna say your name, but the person that put up that comment about men don't change, don't heal, or whatever, but women do. That's a load of malarkey. Let me see what else we got going on. You see this? Chickens are in a man's DNA. I like that. That's funny. That's funny. You know why I say that's funny? Because that's funny coming from a lady. And when a man approaches a lady, she is so hyper defensive that most of the time she don't even give him a chance to find out if he's a good dude or not. You know, when she see him, it's like, oh, ah, ah, ah. And it's like you're the most women are the scariest people around. Men are braver than women because we come and approach you. You don't come and approach us. You know why? Because if we gave you the same treatment you gave us when we approach you, you would be broken. You come up, a guy come up and respectfully be like, "How you doing?" and whatnot, and you're like, "Huh, I'm busy." If a dude flipped that on you, you would be all angry and upset and broken and what have you. But that's the way it is. So don't give me that chicken is in a man's DNA. Men are much, much more braver when it comes to relationships than women, because y'all won't even approach. Uh, listen. You know what? I am so glad you mentioned that. Because, and first of all, to anybody that might be watching this, I apologize. We are so far off topic. It's a shame. But I just want to address some of these comments. Um, there are no queen. Hold on. I don't want to get that wrong. There are no kings for the queens. Sadly to say, that is absolutely true. There are no more kings for the queens because there are no more queens. Period. Period. I mean, because we look back at women are not who they used to be. Men are businessmen. We're investors. We will put our money into something that we believe in. We'll put our time into something we believe in, and so forth. Women used to be worth the investment. Because trust me, men want to wine and dine women. Men want to spend their hard earned resources or buy women houses and cars. We want to do that. That's in us to make you happy, to please you. But we are looking at the investment and what's the return on investment. And if you tell, I was watching TikTok and this woman was, these women are on there talking about, I want a man that pay bills. I want a man that pay bills. And I'm like, well, I want a woman that cooks every day and keep a clean house. How about that? But you know what? But you know what? if you was to tell a woman, yeah, I want a home cooked meal every night. In fact, don't believe me. If you have a girlfriend, wife, a significant over, even if you just have a lady that's just a friend, ask her, would you home cook a meal every single night for your man without exception? And I guarantee you, most of them is going to say, no, I am not cooking every night. I got to pay bills every month, but you ain't going to cook every night. You know, the standard that women used to hold in the household before, it's not there anymore. It's not even credible anymore. You know, and the respect that women used to have for men, that's garbage now. So in turn, if there are no queens, there's no necessity for kings. Well, in relationships. What is this? For what? What you okay? Could your next comment be to tell me for what? What could your boyfriend do for you? I mean, what could your husband do for you that a boyfriend couldn't do for you, except for two things: fulfill a religious obligation for sex, and have and legalism. Tell me what could a husband do that a boyfriend couldn't do besides those two things? I will cut this show off right now, and I'll go get married Monday. Tell me, I'm waiting. Okay, let's see. Men are not brave. Men approach only for one thing. Okay. They say men are not brave. Men only approach for one thing. First of all, sex is foremost on all men's minds. That's just. I mean, that's just the way it is. But the men look for tomorrow too, which is the day after the sex. You know, a guy take you to a hotel in a minute and do what y'all gotta do. But a guy won't bring you home unless you are worth bringing home. That's why prostitutes have sex in hotels. They don't bring prostitutes home and hoes home to have sex with. They have sex with them because they have no value whatsoever besides that sexual quality. Um, there was another podcast I was watching where a lady said a woman should not perform wifely duties until the guy wifes her or until she's married. And the guys arguably said, how would we know that you're worth marrying if we never see any wifely duties? It's like me telling Mike Tyson, don't go to the gym, or any upcoming boxer, don't go to the gym. Don't work out. Don't take care of yourself until you get in the ring. Then take care of yourself. That don't make no sense. You got to get in the ring. You got to train. You got to show the boxers. You got to show the athletic commission. Everybody has to see that you got the skills to win the fight. Then they schedule for a fight. Then you get in the ring. How you expect me to look at you just sitting there doing nothing and say, oh, well, that's definitely wife material right there? No, you have to show me the wife stuff in order for me to say, okay, well, yeah, she knows how to be a wife, because being a wife isn't just being a woman. Come on now. Don't get don't get me started. I'll preach on this. But all right, wait a minute. Wait. I was waiting for a comment. Let me see if she said anything. Women get no no credit for. Women get no credit for cleaning behind a dirty man, a home cooked meals are for husbands. Chinese food and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are for boyfriends. Now, come on now. That's not even a response to the answer to my question. I mean, it's funny as hell, and I get it. I know what you're saying, but it's funny. But see, here's the thing: when you clean up behind this guy, do you complain about it? When you have to cook this home cooked meal every day, do you mumble about it? I'm like saying, you know, and still you can get Chinese food for your husband, which I'm sure a lot of women do. Chinese food, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chick-fil-A, whatever. Instead of cooking dinner, you can get that for your husband or your boyfriend, and you could make peanut butter and jelly for your husband or your boyfriend. So again, besides the religious obligation and the legalism, there's no difference. Here's a question. Let me ask you this question. If you met the guy, the man of your dreams, the guy who really, was like at least 80% of everything you've always looked for in a man. And this is the guy you met. And y'all together and whatnot. Things are going great. There are birds flying in the sky and butterflies landing on your shoulder and all of that. And then you look at him, and y'all been having discussions about marriage, and he's always say he's never gonna do it again. Is that because he won't get married again? Is that uh why you should dump him? Is that a disqualifier for furthering the relationship because he won't sign a piece of paper? The respect men have for women does not exist anymore either. Facts. Facts. You got to understand that these are cause and effect items. I am not here to try to say that men are still doing the right thing and women are the only ones messing up. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, oh, excuse me. What I'm saying is that men mess up, which cause women to mess up. And women mess up, causing men to mess up. We respond and react to each other. So if I'm standing here and I see a beautiful woman and I say, "Good morning, ma'am," or "Good morning, miss," and she goes, "Miss, ma'am, okay, I'm not your mother. Don't call me miss or ma'am." Oh, shit. Okay, I'm sorry. And then she takes a couple of steps further, and the guy in front of me looks at her and say, "Damn, you got a nice ass." And she goes, "Oh, thank you." What do you think happens the next time I see a beautiful woman? I might be, "Hey, listen, I want a beautiful woman too." So this is what they respond to. This is what I'm gonna give them. And so now I see the next one. I said, "Damn, you got nice titties." And she goes, "Oh, thank you." And it's like, wow, I thought I had to be respectful, you know. But women, when y'all start getting all that, y'all can start getting loud and disrespectful. Respect is a big thing for men, then we get the same thing in kind. Oh, wait a minute. I was wondering what is going on here. There is something wrong with this show. And now I see what it is. Mm, 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 mm. Now, I don't need no help now. Now I'm on board. Okay. There was another post that I read where a woman said that she wants a godly man. She wants a godly man. A man who has read the scriptures, understand how men are supposed to treat women according to the scriptures. That's the guy she wants. Well, I tell you something. That is a great guy. But you know who that guy is looking for? The woman who has read the scriptures about what being a wife is. And she's down with that. So if you want a godly man, you got to be a godly woman. So when the man, so when the Bible or when when the Bible says things about a woman's place, look, wait, I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait for the comment. I said woman's place. I know I'm gonna get rained on. But when the Bible says something about a woman's place, you can't say, "Oh no. This is 2022. That don't apply today. That was back in 1847 or whenever the Bible was written. That don't apply. But then when it says, husbands, love your wives like Christ loved the church, oh, that still applies. That still applies. And gave himself for it. Don't forget that part. That applies. You can't pick and choose. So you want a godly man, you better become a godly woman. You want a respectful man, become a respectful woman. I was really expecting my brother King Rick to be on with me. Give me some backup, I don't know. But if you out there, brother, love you, brother. Wish you was here. Let's see. Oh. Let's see, what is this? Wanting a godly man is a man who loves God. Oh, okay. So a godly man is just a man who loves God. He don't have to follow the Bible or the commandments or anything like that. Long as he loves God, he's a godly man. Well, if that's the case, good luck to you. I'm glad you found one. As for me, I thought a godly man not only loved God, but he followed his commandments. But whatever, you know. I'm a retired Bibleese, so maybe I should comment on scriptures. Oh, my baby, what's up? She's shaking her head. She think her uncle crazy. Oh boy. All right. So now I have three ladies in the house and just me. As usual, the brothers have not shown up to support me or help me out here. Let's see. What does it say? Yo, don't be talking about my boy like that. My boy ain't no chicken. I worked with him for many years. He may be a lot of things, but he's definitely not chicken. All right, let's see. It says no man to back you up or defend you. I'm telling you, men are afraid to speak up. They cover themselves. Wow. This is embarrassing. This is oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. But anyway, you can't enter a dynamic and change it and not expect any repercussion. And can't expect any repercussions, you know. And ladies, y'all have to figure out what you guys want because let me tell you something. Men are not the guys to figure stuff out. When things get too complicated, we just leave it the hell alone. So in us, we want to be providers for the women in our lives, for the children, for the so forth and so on. And but you don't want to be, I don't know, labeled as dependent or anything. So you come up with this attitude that, you don't need me to provide for you. You can provide for yourself. You can handle your own business. You don't need no man for that. And when you say things like that, then you know you spit in the face of men. And then when we turn around and say, well, screw you, we ain't gonna do that. We do something else. Then you turn around and be like, oh, men don't have no respect. Men are garbage. Men don't want to do this and want to do that. Men want to do a lot of things for you that you don't allow. And then when we say, okay, you don't want it, fine, we ain't gonna do it. Then you turn around and say, well, why you ain't doing it? I watched quite a few of these videos. There was a lady that said she had to repent before God for these three things that she's done to her husband. She said that she prayed for many years for a godly man, a guy who loves God, and a guy who God loves. And she met him and married him. Then she complained that he doesn't like going. He don't want to go out nowhere. He wants to go to Bible study. He wants to pray all the time, and we don't go to like clubs or hang out or nothing like that. And it's like, you asked for a godly man. What did you want? She said she asked for a provider, a guy who look out for her and her kids and what have you. So this same godly guy has two jobs to financially support the family. She's working too, but he's got two jobs to financially support the family. So she starts complaining and he's never home. That there's no hurt, there's no us time, you know. And so I'm just giving these examples to show, hey, listen, you got to figure out what you're looking for and stop trying to bash dudes that are only doing what y'all have either done to us or allow us to do for you. What does this say? The brothers know the truth, and the truth has set them free. They still smashing on the brothers. I don't know, but okay. Hey, what up, baby? How you doing? Now you know what? This is my buddy, but I don't know where she coming from. I never had conversations like this with her. I don't know which way she gonna go. This is Pretty Pinky in the house. Um, but let me say, I just want to read this comment that was put there, and that marriage is honorable. See, that marriage is honorable thing, that's a religious context. And so, like I said, you can't give me a reason, a difference between a boyfriend and a husband. I mean, not a difference. What a husband can do for you that a boyfriend can't do for you, besides those two things, the religious aspect and the legalistic aspect. Other than that, everything a husband could do for you, a boyfriend could do just as well. So if you have a comment to tell me, which is which, let me know. Listen, at the end of the day, men don't know what they want because they only think of being men, not a companion, not a friend, not a husband. They only think is provide, and that's it. And that's not all. I totally disagree with that comment. The thing is that the men know what they want. We want you. That's it. That's the bottom line. We want you. But in that wanting you, there is there are a certain types of you that we want. Like every man don't want the same kind of woman. I get that. But every man wants peace in his home. Every man wants a backup, wants support in the home. No man wants to come home to rigmarole. No man wants to come home to condemnation, to come home to complaining all the time. We all men want you. So it's clear. We know what we want. The problem is that we want you. We want to provide for you. We want to make you happy. We want to do everything to make your life a shiny diamond that we can. But two things are going on. The first thing is that you don't allow men to take the leadership role in the household because in a relationship we're equal. That's confusing because nobody spells out what equality in a relationship means. So that kind of sucks a little bit. Um when we try to step up and do what we believe a man's supposed to do, a woman feels degraded. Like men have to put them down in order for us to step up. And that's not the situation. So that's the one thing. The other thing is for all of our life that we want to put into this person, this whole life investment where we're willing to die for this woman in protection of her, we want to see that it's worth it. So we look and we say, okay, you know what? Uh, Susie Q, he needs 3 jobs. Wow. You know what, Susie Q? Here's the situation. Okay. Um, I like you. I love you. All of this, but I want to know if we get married, what do you bring to the table? Can you help me stabilize my peace? Can you double down on some quiet when I get home? Do you cook? You clean? Um, do you support? Do you respect? All of these things we want in this woman that we want to pour our lives into because this isn't a one-way street. When you talk to a woman that has broken up with somebody, she tells them, I gave him the best years of my life. All she has invested is time. When a man gets upset, he says, I gave her everything that I did everything that I could know to do. Because for us it's a broader spectrum, you know. So yeah, we know what we want. We want women, but we want a woman that's gonna respect us. A woman that's gonna hold us down when we fall flat on our face. We need that's what we need. We need a woman that when we come home and there's chaos in the home, she said, okay, you know what? Everybody, sit your behinds down. We're gonna settle all of this before my husband get home, or we'll do it tomorrow. So he could come home to a quiet house. Now, women might say, well, I work too, so why can't I come home to a quiet house? Facts. Facts, but if he's there and there's chaos, that chaos should be over before you walk through the door. But you know what? The thing is that you women have the ability to double down on chaos. So if you walk into a home, if a woman is in a home and there's chaos in the home, and he walks in and he faces the chaos and her, and he has to deal with his own. And so, yeah, there's a responsibility there. Oh, here we go. Another at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Oh, I read that one already. Okay. Um, well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They say men look for their mothers in their women, but men don't look for their women to be their mothers. There's a lot that we have to learn about this situation that we find ourselves in, because at the end of the day the realization is that men and women are broken, and they continually break each other with these harebrained ideas that if a man wants a woman's love, he has to earn it. But if a woman wants a man's love, it should be automatic. If a man asks a woman to marry him, or step up to a next level, and she says she's not ready, he's expected to wait for her until whenever she's ready. If a woman asks a man to step up and he said he's not ready, he's on the clock. He's immature. He's not ready. You know, he got problems. He's jacked up. All of these judgmental things, and that's just the way it goes. And it's because we're broken, flawed, and undisciplined people. Oh, I don't know. Is this talking about me personally? What will I bring to the table? All right, here we go. Here we go. Because right after I tell you what I'm gonna bring to the table, I'm gonna ask you what you bring to the table. But here I go. I got a list for you. Financial security, number one. Protection, number two. Comfort, consideration, love, understanding. All of these things I got for you. Support. And not just that support that you sit by and say, you can do it, honey. I mean, real support where you get in the trenches with them. You know what I'm saying? A home. All of these things. Come on now. What's your list? What's your list? Guidance. Guidance. You know what I'm saying? Conversation, communication. You know what I'm saying? I'm all over the chart like this. I mean, I could keep going. I got more to the list. And I haven't even mentioned sex because that's crazy. But I'm just saying. So what are we talking about here? Wow, what is this? Boyfriends are ones who that are getting to know you to decide if they want to spend the rest of their life with. You know what? That's a big thing too. The rest of our life is not too long. That's absolutely not true. That's absolutely not true. A husband is not the guy who got to know you enough to decide to marry you. That's not always true. Uh, Sometimes men succumb to pressure because sometimes a man loves a woman, but he has his own demons that he's dealing with. He has his own fears and concerns that he's still trying to get through and whatnot. But she tells him, well, look, if you're not going to marry me, then I'm just going to move on. So instead of him saying, well, you know what? I am not ready. So then you'll have to move on and just take that heartbreak. He said, no, baby, don't leave me. Okay, okay, let's get married by the end of the year. That's manipulation. And it happens a lot. A lot. It happens a lot. You know, yo, what is, uh, what's with you in these paragraphs? Come on, goddamn. Comments are supposed to be comments, not novels. But but yeah, the boyfriend stage, it could be as long as the boyfriend stage want to be. And that comment about they want to be boys, they little boys, they call boys and what have you. And I'm like saying, I don't even know what that is, what that means. But what I am saying is that you ladies, you gotta understand that it's not always that way. Sometimes you ladies manipulate. You give or what do you call them again? They give ultimatums and what have you, and it's like that's just not the way it's gonna go. Well, at least for me, anyway. So now let me see your list. What you bring to the table? What happened? It got quiet on the chat. Oh, wait a minute. I can't show the name of it, but I bring alcohol to the table too. That's what I bring to the table. So let me see. Oh wow, we passed our 1 hour mark. Listen, to all to people there, I just want to say, I got a little off topic answering some of these comments and whatnot. I really didn't get to the meat of why men don't want to get married. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one again. I'm gonna do a part two to this, and this time I'm gonna stay on message, and we're gonna fix some of our technical difficulties. So my co-host will be able to control the text messages, not the text messages, the chat. So I don't have to keep doing this. But I promised you that I was going to be uh live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. I don't care what's going on. If my whole system fall apart and I got to do it by my phone, I will be here at 6 p.m. to talk this talk, even though, whatever. All right. So we passed our hour mark. I'm going to have to sign off. I'm going to have to tell everybody thank you for joining. Pretty Pinky, what happened? Where'd you go? But anyway, I like to thank all the ladies that join the cast. It's always a blessing when you join. We share some perspectives. I like you ladies because you're not afraid to say what you say. I want to give a special shout out to Tina because Tina is outspoken, but the thing is with Tina is she mean what she's saying. She's not one of those people that say one thing and do the other. She mean what she's saying. So I have to give her respect. Give her some love. Uh let's see, what is this? Wait a minute. Hold up. She kick it back to me. What a woman brings to the table? Love, honesty, honesty. Okay. A clean relationship. Ah, good meals only on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Bills paid on time. Yeah, as long as he give her the money. Good times on Saturdays. Someone to talk to. All right. Depend on someone to rely on, and she will pay the bills when you are what? Oh, when you are black being broke. Okay. Um, put up with your mess and let you cry on her shoulder. Bubble bath. God damn. Bubble baths and laughs. Surprise and nice gifts. Kisses and hugs. Good memories, success, and encourager. Gee whiz. That was a pretty good list. I am not going to publish that list because you might be the only one that would write such a list. But anyway, Tina, I thank you for joining us for your unique perspective. We got to do this again because there were some points I wanted to make that I didn't get to make because I got a little off topic. There was a little bit of rushing around today. But anyway, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do a part two to this. And that's just the way it goes. Annie, thank you. Always the first one to pop up, always the first one to have something to say. I appreciate that because she uh she talks from experience also, and pretty Pinky showed up. Tree showed up. I thank y'all. None of my brothers showed up. I don't know what happened, what went wrong, but anyway, uh, thanks for showing. I got to get out of here.